Hi, welcome to Love is Crafting.
Love is crafting.
So, have you ever epoxied a cup and then decided you didn't like the outcome, or you didn't get that decal exactly the way that you wanted to and just wanted to start all over?
Or you just been carrying the same cup for a while, you want to change it up a little bit, but you don't want to go out and buy a brand new cup.
So, what do? You strip the cup.
And how do you do that? All you have to do is soak it in acetone.
Now, remember when we were talking earlier and we talked about my husband being cheap? Well, his solution was to
go to Dollar Tree and pick up what they call acetone.
Okay, so I'm like, come on, dude. Like, there is no way that Dollar Tree acetone is going to strip this cup. So I went to Walmart and got acetone from the paint department.
So, to find out which acetone is going to be best, what we're going to be doing is stripping these two cups. So, in case you guys didn't know or see it here, this Dollar Tree $1 acetone says 100% acetone. So please explain to me how this acetone is going to be different than that acetone.
Well, this acetone did cost a little bit more, but not much. $6.68.
678% more.
But look at it. It looks like it's going to work way better than the Dollar Tree acetone.
And just like they say all those prescription drugs work just as well as generic, when everybody knows they're the exact same thing.
All right, well, it's going to go head to head.
We're going to strip these two cups, find out which acetone works better.
So don't forget to like,
share,
and subscribe.
Love is crafting.
Love is crafting.
Okay, so we have everything that we're going to use today right in front of us. We have the acetone. We have a tin bin, a tin pan, there we go. And then we have a paper towel and a plastic bag and the cup you want to strip. What we're going to do is we're first going to place the paper towel in the metal bin, and we're going to place the cup in there, and we're going to wrap the paper towel around this cup. And then we're going to pour on our Walmart acetone. And what you want to do is you want to soak this paper towel so that it's soaking the cup.
So just to make sure, what does acetone do to a wood table?
You know what? I don't really know, and I don't want to find out.
Okay, we're about to find out.
Okay, so we got it soaked really good into the acetone, and now what I'm doing is I'm just wrapping it around there really good, and we're going to take this and we're going to put it into the bag. Make sure it's on there nice and good. Now we're putting it in the bag.
Pour the rest of that acetone in that bag. Give it a little bit of extra.
Yeah.
Sop it.
Oh, I have a cut. You can feel that. Make sure you don't have a cut.
Yeah, you got gloves.
I know. So this acetone is really strong.
Not as strong as 100%. I don't think it said 100% on yours.
Then you want to squeeze out all the air and close it. So now we have it soaked in acetone, and we were going to let it soak for 24 hours. All right, so we are going to use the Dollar Tree acetone, and we are going to strip this cup. What we're going to do is we are first going to put the paper towel into our metal container, and we're going to wrap our cup in the paper towel. And now we're going to pour the acetone on top of it. And we want to soak it really well. Now you want to...
I throw the rest of that acetone in there. It's only $1.
I didn't want to waste. You know how you are about wasting.
Yeah, but you're not going to waste it because we're going to pour it in the bag afterwards.
You're right. Let's go ahead and do it.
I don't know, for fairness, we probably should have measured this out. Oh, well.
Yeah, right? Like maybe we're putting more acetone on one than the other. You're right. I'm going to take out all the air in the bag. There we go. We're gonna let it sit for 24 hours, see what happens. All right, we're back and we're going to take a look at our 2 cups. It has been 12 hours. Take a look at the 2 cups and which one do you think was the Dollar Tree acetone and which one do you think was the Walmart acetone?
I think it's kind of cheating because you held them up, or I could be wrong. And I just want to let you see the extra acetone in this one, then the extra acetone in this one. So
they did change colors, but our cups were different colors too. So who knows if it's because of the paint or the acetone.
sure. All right,
So this one, if you guessed, was the Walmart acetone. You guessed right. And that means that this one is the Dollar Tree acetone. So let's take a look at them and see how they did at 12 hours. Okay. So this one is still kind of dripping. So it looks like the it didn't completely dry, and as I'm taking this off, the epoxy is just kind of coming right off, and that's what we wanted. So it looks like most of this epoxy is off. It looks like the decal that I did is still there, but not too bad for only 12 hours, right?
Yeah, pretty good actually.
Yeah. So what we are going to do is we are going to redo it, but this time we're going to cover it in foil and see if that makes a difference. So we got our paper towel here. We're going to put our cup down and we're going to wrap our cup.
So we were a little bit worried that maybe the acetone wasn't making direct contact with the cup. So that's why we decided to add the foil onto it, because if what the foil does is it creates an area.
It holds it in place. It holds the acetone to touch the actual cup, and like a stronger, I don't know, bond maybe not bond, but all right. So we're pouring on the acetone. We're getting it nice and soaked. You know what we still didn't do? We still didn't measure it out. Probably should have measured it out.
Yeah.
Oh well. Okay, so the acetone is soaked there. So now we're going to wrap the cup in foil. And we're going to cover the bottom and the top. And there we go. We're gonna put it back in our bag. And close it up. We're not gonna pour the excess acetone in there because it'll just touch the foil, and that's not what we want. All right, let's do the other cup. All right, now for the Dollar Tree cup. So the Walmart cup performed as I expected. I have no idea what to expect here. None whatsoever. What are you expecting?
So the outside seems like it's making contact, but
Let's see. Oh, wow. Wow. With just a little bit of wiping, it's coming off.
oh,
And this is only after 12 hours. So, I don't know. They both did pretty well.
yeah, I agree. They both did pretty well. I think yours probably did a little better.
Just a little bit better because I'm having to rub on this one, and the other one, it just kind of peeled right off. But I actually think if we would have given it the full 24 hours, it might have just came right off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might have just came right off.
Did we use the same epoxy on both of these cups?
We did. Same epoxy. All right, so we're going to read.
And the reason why there's no decals on this one is because this is actually a decal-free cup. We put the decals on, painted it, and then removed the decals.
Yeah, so we use the decals as more of a stencil. All right.
This is actually a project. We did a project that was extremely similar to this one. And another video. We'll make sure we link that one below, where we use the Dawn splatter method on it.
All right, so we're gonna wrap the cup with the paper towel. And now we're going to pour on the Dollar Tree acetone. And remember, you were just soaking the paper towels.
I think that's good with that, so that's on the bottom. I'll just use the whole thing.
Yeah. And then now we are going to wrap it in the foil and stick it back in the bag. So I honestly think that acetone, that gold color that's in the bag was actually just the paint. I don't think the acetone really like changed colors. Or yeah. From just being in the bag. I think it's just the paint.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
And then, all right, we will be back in 12 hours to see how the cups did and if they're completely stripped. So let us know. All right, we're back, and it has now been a total of 24 hours total since we've started this, and 12 hours since we put the foil on our cups. This one is soaked in our Walmart acetone, and this one is soaked in our Dollar Tree acetone. So let's unveil our Walmart acetone cup and see how it did.
I guess ladies first. I'm okay with that.
Okay, it's dripping, so that's good. It sounds like it stayed soaked. All right. And what I'm hoping is that all I'll have to do is wipe it clean. Oops. Okay, so the epoxy is all off. and it looks like the decal is coming off with just a little bit of rubbing, but it looks like that spray paint is going to take a little bit more rubbing to go ahead and get it off. So it did its job. The job was to get the epoxy off, right? So spray paint, it's still on there. It looks like it's going to take a little bit more elbow grease, but everything else, I mean, it's coming off. It's going to take some work, but maybe we'll just paint this, keep this cup black, and then we don't have to do all the extra work.
I like the way you think.
So this is what this one looks like.
Maybe take a Brillo pad to it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it'll come off. It'll just take a little bit of work. Like if I'm rubbing it, the paint's coming off. So it wouldn't be bad if we wanted to paint it another color. Like I said, just a little elbow grease and it'll come off. But the point of it was to get the epoxy off, and the epoxy came off. So let's see how the Walmart cup did. I'm sorry, not the Walmart cup, the Dollar Tree cup. This is the Dollar Tree cup.
Oh yeah, the Dollar Tree epoxy.
The Dollar Tree acetone.
Acetone, the Dollar Tree acetone.
So that one did change colors, but we're assuming it's because of the paint. So let's see what happens when we undo the foil. So it looks like the epoxy is all off of this one too, and the spray paint is just still on there, and we just need to do a little bit more elbow grease, like I said. But it's coming off pretty easy, except for this one part, so I don't know.
Maybe that part was straight up and down, so the epoxy weren't. I don't know.
I don't know, but like I said, when I'm rubbing it, I'm getting it to come off. So like I said, I think it just is going to need some elbow grease, or maybe even more time, right? So,
And I am man enough to admit that the Walmart acetone looked like it was more effective than the Dollar Tree.
Yeah, maybe a little bit more effective, I'm not sure. I think that we can actually conclude that as long as it's 100% acetone, the epoxy will come off, right? So that's what we wanted. The goal was to get the epoxy to come off, and I think we succeeded with both the Dollar Tree and the Walmart acetone. So you know what? I'm gonna say that the Dollar Tree acetone worked. It worked. Like I said, they both. Here are both of them, right? So this one, it worked. I mean, the epoxy's off, but we're gonna have to rub to get the rest of the paint off. And the same thing on this one, it's just not as bad. So if I did have to declare a winner, I would declare the Walmart acetone. I don't know why we keep on saying epoxy. Yeah. It is acetone. Got the epoxy off both cups. So Dollar Tree and Walmart soaking it in the acetone got the epoxy off. So now it's just rubbing to get the paint off. So my conclusion is they both worked.
I agree, they both worked. But, all right, well, we will try to get these cups scrubbed and finished. Okay, after some elbow grease and a Brillo pad, just hindsight, Brillo pad is the way to go for these. We tried it with a paper towel at first, and the Brillo pad just knocked it off 10 times easier.
Yeah, so with the paper towel, you had to use elbow grease. With the Brillo pad, you didn't need any.
Yeah. So my question to you is, can you tell which one was the Walmart cup and which one was the Dollar Tree cup. And the answer is, we don't know, we can't tell. And that's kind of the point. So success either way. Thank you for watching.